You probably think of digital currency as the future of money. It's convenient, fast, and innovative. But what if the world's most powerful governments have a different, more hidden use for it? What if every dollar you hold in a stablecoin is a secret loan to a government that's drowning in debt? This isn't a far-off theory. It's happening right now, in plain sight, and it's become one of the most brilliant and terrifying financial mechanisms ever created. To really get this story, you have to start with a number so big it's almost meaningless: $38 trillion. As of early 2026, the U.S. national debt has spiraled past $38.4 trillion. It's a figure that grows by billions every single day. For decades, the question of who will fund America's spending had a simple answer: other countries. Nations like Japan and China bought U.S. Treasury bonds, which was like loaning America the money it needed to run. But things are changing. Geopolitical tensions are rising, and countries like China have been steadily decreasing their holdings of U.S. debt. Other traditional buyers are also showing signs of pulling back. This creates a scary vulnerability. The U.S. government has to constantly sell new debt to pay off old debt and fund its operations. If the biggest buyers walk away, who steps in? Without a reliable buyer, interest rates could shoot up, the economy could crash, and the dollar's dominance could be at risk. The federal government is now facing interest payments on its debt that are on pace to hit $1 trillion per year. While not quite there yet, it's the fastest-growing expense in the federal budget, a ticking bomb at the heart of the global financial system. The machine requires a constant, massive, and growing supply of cash. And just as the old sources of money started to dry up, a new, nearly invisible pipeline was being built. This is where digital currency comes in, not Bitcoin, but a specific type called a stablecoin. You've likely heard of the big ones: Tether USDT and Circle USDC, run by a company called Circle. Together, they make up the vast majority of the stablecoin market. The sales pitch is straightforward. They are digital dollars. For every one stablecoin out there, there's supposed to be one real US dollar or a super safe equivalent held in reserve to back it up. This is what keeps them stable. It sounds sensible and safe, but the secret is in the details of that backing. What are they actually holding? When you give your dollar to an issuer like Tether or Circle, they don't just let it sit in a bank account. That wouldn't make any money. Instead, they take your dollar and buy a financial instrument. Their instrument of choice, U.S. Treasury bills, the very same government debt that foreign nations are starting to avoid. The mechanics are genius in their simplicity. You want the convenience of a digital dollar, so you buy $1,000 worth of USDC. Circle takes your $1,000 and buys a short-term U.S. Treasury bond. The U.S. government gets your $1,000 to spend. You get a digital token that represents a claim on that treasury. Without even realizing it, you've just loaned money to the U.S. government. This isn't a small side gig, it's their entire business model. Issuers make billions from the interest they earn on these huge treasury holdings, interest paid for by U.S. taxpayers. It's a loop that feeds itself. The more people want stablecoins for their convenience, the more U.S. government debt gets bought up. So just how big is this hidden funding pipeline? As of early 2026, the stablecoin market has exploded to over $310 billion. Let's look at the two giants. Based on its end-of-year report of 2025, Tether, the largest issuer, has a total exposure of $141 billion to U.S. Treasuries, including direct holdings and repurchase agreements. While Circle's specific Treasury holdings aren't fully detailed in its latest reports, we know that about 75% of USDC reserves are in short-term U.S. Treasuries and cash. Combined, these two private companies which are just over a decade old, have become massive buyers of U.S. government debt. To put that into perspective, let's compare it to the official list of foreign countries holding U.S. debt. With its Treasury holdings, the stablecoin industry, if it were a country, would be one of America's largest creditors. Its holdings dwarf those of nations like Germany and are approaching the levels of countries like Canada and Belgium. While Japan still holds far more, at over $1.2 trillion, this new digital nation of stablecoin holders has quietly become a top-tier financial power. And this might just be the start. Proposed regulations in the U.S., like the Genius Act and the Clarity Act, are being designed to formalize this system. These laws aim to create rules for stablecoins, pushing them to be backed by the safest assets, which in practice means cash and U.S. Treasury bills. This isn't some loophole. It's a system that is rapidly being solidified into law. The government isn't just tolerating this, it's building a regulatory framework to encourage it. This blend of crypto and government debt has created a powerful new reality with far-reaching consequences. First, it's a geopolitical masterstroke. While rivals like China try to develop their own central bank digital currency, cbdCs, to challenge the dollar, the U.S. has found an alternative by outsourcing the dollar's digitization to the private sector. This creates a global, decentralized, and politically neutral army of buyers for its debt. It doesn't matter what's happening in global politics. As long as people worldwide want to use a dollar-pegged stablecoin, they are indirectly funding the U.S. government. It reinforces the dollar's dominance without the U.S. having to build a controversial cbdC itself. Second, it introduces a frightening new systemic risk. Stablecoins promise 24/7 redemption, but what happens if a crisis of confidence leads to a run on Tether or USDC? If millions of users rush to cash out at once, these companies could be forced to sell tens of billions of dollars in Treasury bonds instantly. Such a fire sale could trigger a crash in the Treasury market, the very foundation of the global financial system, which is supposed to be the ultimate safe haven. Third, it marks a major shift from the original crypto dream. Bitcoin was created as a decentralized alternative, free from government and corporate control. But now, the most widely used application in the crypto world, the stablecoin, has turned into a direct funding line to the world's largest government. It's the ultimate irony. A technology designed to opt out of the system is now being used to secretly prop it up. What we're seeing isn't a conspiracy planned in a back room. It's something far more subtle, a powerful alignment of incentives. The crypto market needed a stable digital dollar. The stablecoin issuers needed a safe, profitable asset to back their tokens. And the U.S. government desperately needed a new, unwavering source of demand for its ever-growing debt. The result is a system that serves all their interests, while quietly changing the nature of money and power. Is this a brilliant accident to financial evolution, or is it a calculated move to secure the dollar's future? Let me know what you think in the comments. This is the hidden reality of our new financial world. It's complex, it's powerful, and it affects everyone holding a digital dollar. The next time you see a USDT or USDC balance in your wallet, remember what you're really part of. It's not just a convenient way to pay. You're holding a small piece of the ultimate debt weapon. If you want to keep uncovering the hidden forces shaping our economy, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell. The truth is out there, but you have to know where to look.